This is Housewives Angie, and I'm here with Chef Gully. She is amazing, and it has taken me so long to get this interview. So this moment is cherished. Our time is short, so we're gonna get right to it. Like I told her earlier, we're not gonna even laugh that much. Anyway,
That's
not impossible. And to get started, I just want you to tell us about yourself and just tell us about yourself, a short bio.
Okay, so my name is Galila. I'm known as Chef Gully. I'm a vegan chef. Went into being a chef because I loved cooking. And when I went vegan, especially, I cooked a lot because I loved to eat and there weren't a lot of good options. So that's how I got into this whole vegan chef thing. But by trade, I'm a counselor. I've always wanted to help people, so that was kind of the route in which I was taking. But as a stay-at-home mom, I cooked a lot and then went into cooking and found my passion. I have a vegan food truck called Ethiopia based out of Atlanta. I'm a wife. I'm a mother of a 10-year-old. We're all vegan and love life. That's all.
Yay, thank you so much. Like I said, we don't have much time, so we're going to get right into the interview. It's more of a Funterview, just so people can get to know you a little bit more. Most interviews are professional or, talking about vegan stuff. And not that I won't, but regardless, it's more just about you. And so the people can get to know Chef Gully. So my first question is, how do we know each other?
We met through my husband. Of course, you're from Portland. He's from Portland. You've known him. Angie's known him since he was a little kid. Yeah. And I love to call Angie and vent to her about, the place because she's known him. So I think her and I have gotten closer, even though she's known Salim longer, which I love.
I agree. I feel like we're closer. Salim is a little untouchable as well.
He's not as untouchable as you think he is, but yeah, it does take a lot to crack through.
Exactly, or respond. But okay, it's not about him today. It's about you. What is your favorite color?
I love lilac. I do.
And
why that face?
I never heard lilac.
I love pink and I love purple. Because it's bright and girly. Yeah. And I think combination of those lilac is pretty.
It is
warm and fuzzy and girly.
Perfect. It's ladylike. Very much. Your favorite vegetable?
Ooh, that's tough. But I would have to say mushrooms because there's so many different types of mushrooms that you can turn it into so many different things.
I knew it. Well, I mean, it's a substitute for everything. And it's like meat. It is. I knew that. And what is your most prized possession?
My home videos from when I was for my second and fourth birthday, because my late mother is in it, and that's the only video I have of her.
Wow. And that also goes to show you how important footage and memories are as well. Yeah, seriously. And what is your greatest achievement at this point in time?
Mother and giving birth. Like no one can do nothing.
Amen. Yeah.
Felt like a woman.
I was just about to say, it's like you joined the Superwoman Club.
Absolutely.
I agree.
No, it's not to knock anybody that is adopting or doesn't choose, none of that. But just that moment for me, I didn't know how proud I would have been, if that made sense, right? I did it without drugs. I was in labor for 24 hours, right? And it was tough. And I remember looking at Salim going, I don't think I can do it anymore. So when I finally did, that pain went away. The doctor's down there stitching me. Yep. And I didn't even know he was stitching me because I was so happy and just smiling and like I just accomplished the unthinkable. God, right? Like that's when I knew like science is great and all, but man, God is almighty.
It's literally a miracle. It literally is, because like you said, not to knock people that can't, do it naturally or can't have children. Like it really is a miracle. And then to have a healthy child is a double miracle. So I totally get it and I totally understand. What made you do it without medicine?
Um, so I used to get these emails every week. I think it's called Baby Center that I signed up for. I think it's through them. They sent a, we all say, all moms, I think, generally speaking, say, oh, I want a natural birth.
Yeah.
But in case of emergency, I don't mind for a C-section, which I was saying the same thing. And I don't mind getting an epidural if the pain is unendurable, right? But my doctor was never talking to me about any of that. So when the time kind of approached, I started doing more research. And then the emails that I was, getting every week sent me the paperwork in which you would sign if you were right when you're about to get the epidural and all the side effects. And during that time, when they give it to you to sign, nobody reads a word because you're in pain. So I read it months before and I was like,
yeah,
it's not real. This can't be it. So I weighed out my options and I thought, you know what? My ancestors did it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna shoot for it. And I started educating myself and preparing myself to be able to do it.
No, seriously. I didn't read a word. My fear prepared me. I heard stories. I just heard stories enough to where I was like, you know what? I will rip in half. And I didn't, I'm serious. I was like, she can stay up in me until a year. I was fearful of a C-section. I just fear kept me through it with no medication or anything. I didn't read a word, but yeah.
Reading that stuff really set me off because I thought my doctors and stuff would have my back, right? We're all on the same page. Everybody shoots for a natural birth until need to, but no, that's not it. You have to find your the hospital. You have to do research and see what their C-section rates are. You have to see what your doctor's C-sections rates are because not everybody was on the same page, which I thought was so crazy.
Good information. I don't know how many people know that aspect of it. So good information.
Yeah.
I'm with you, mommy. And what is your biggest regret?
I try not to regret, but the biggest lesson, that's a tough one. You should have given me these questions ahead of time.
That's what makes it so fun.
So, I don't know that I have one. I've made lots of mistakes.
Yeah.
And things that I've learned from, things that I'm still trying to cope through and learn and become a better person at. But I truly don't have regrets.
Biggest coulda, shoulda, woulda?
Biggest, because there's a lot of those.
Girl.
I know. So,
I know.
I wish I'd started Vegetopia earlier.
Okay.
But then I don't know that I would have been ready because I feel like timing and God is everything. So I don't know. I think I'm on my path.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, maybe not be as overbearing on my son, but then I'm lying because I'm still doing it. So I don't know.
We are helicopter moms.
Yeah. No, maybe. I wish I wasn't such a helicopter. How about that? I wish I wasn't so. Oh, I know one thing. I wish I had gotten help earlier in my life to cope with the trauma of having to lose my mom suddenly, right? My mom died of a car accident. And the trauma of that still affects me in ways that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get help. I'm all these years later, after a counseling degree, I'm just now about to get help. So, but that's the one thing. I wish I had started this process in middle school.
Yeah.
Or even earlier.
Yeah.
Instead of just now starting to think about it. Because I think I would have worked through my trauma a little bit better.
That's right. Unhealed pain, mommy, daddy issues, trauma, that stuff is real. And it carries right into adulthood if you never take a magnifying glass and look at it or even realize it's an issue. And I feel the same way as far as parenting, with the overbearingness, but sometimes with moms like us, where you do just have one child and you mean business being a mom, It's not easy. And you don't know until they get older, and things start to be combative. But childhood traumas and all that is real. So that is definitely going to be helpful to a lot of people, because it doesn't go away. It just shows up.
Yes, in so many different ways.
In
You
so
don't
many
even
different ways.
it's that easily.
Next. Who gave you your confidence? Who gave you your confidence?
My mom.
Yeah.
She told me I could achieve anything, and I try to mimic that with my son too. You know, he talks about he's gonna have a yellow Lamborghini, he's gonna have an underground house, he's going to be a firefighter, a police, a basketball player, this, that. I mean, so many things. And I'm like, yes, because I let him dream and let him know the sky's the limit, and what God has intended for him, and the reality will set in. But you have to have confidence and believe in yourself. And that's what my mom did for me. She was, and I'm not saying this because that's my mom, really, like, she was the most thing. She went to church and partied just as hard, like, she was well balanced and did it all. Yeah. And she told me I could do it all. And that's still in me.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe that a lot of people have limiting beliefs, and it comes from their family of origin. And those are some things that aren't said, but people find themselves with these, the thoughts, the ceilings that limit them, and they don't realize it. So being that it came from your mother, it started very young, and it started where most things start, at home. So that makes sense. Thank you. What's your favorite part about yourself, about Chef?
That I'm flexible, I must say. I think I'm accommodating, I'm accepting, and I'm flexible in general. I'm not like, well, I am anal about some things, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm easy to get along with.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm flexible. That's what I like about myself, because that allows me to get to know people that may be closed off, hence.
Right.
Or, like, I kind of just,
yeah,
I'm me at all times, but I know how to, I think,
that's right,
talk to everybody and be flexible.
That's right. Adapt and
Adapt.
Yeah. I think, that's how I feel, that from the first day, we pretty much bonded, and, it was something there, but it was that easygoing, bubbly, personality, to where it's like you accommodate to everybody, but it's not over a ridiculous people pleasing. It's just a kind-hearted, a great host, a great spirit. And that is important, because everybody can't claim that, and everybody can't describe a person like that. So yeah.
Thank you, Anne. Well, I know you liked hot sauce, and I did accommodate you because I love hot sauce, and I had an array of them. So maybe that's what you're saying, but I'll take it. Thank you.
I brought you peppers on the first day.
Yes, and you didn't even know that I like peppers.
Exactly, in a house full of pepperless people.
Yes.
Some of my spices. We're spice girls for sure. Yeah. We are definitely spice girls.
I have to tell you about the sauce that actually got me when I was on a trip recently. What? It's called 100% pain. Can I tell you? First one I couldn't handle. I ate some, but I couldn't.
It's a hot sauce?
Yes.
Okay, wait, you said 100. That's sad.
It's called 100% pain. I took a picture of it, so I'll send it to you.
Perfect. Wow.
If you could handle that, then
I'm the bomb. I was meant to be here. Okay, how much time we have? Okay, we're doing okay. At this point in time, what do you feel your purpose is? I know, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, not sorry.
No, my purpose is to honestly raise a child in the correct way so that he can find his real purpose. And so from a mother, right, everything, when you become a mom, like, everything is about motherhood, right? At least that's how it's for me. Yeah. Outside of motherhood, my purpose is to help people still, right? That's kind of what I used to say when I was young. What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't know. I just want to help people. So that's still part of who I am and my purpose. And how do I help people? Well, I cured myself of a chronic disease by changing my lifestyle because of Celine.
Yeah.
And the way in which he did it was very different. You know, he planted a seed, lived by example, showed me how he lived. And when I asked for guidance, he told me, you know, try it for 2 weeks. And he guided me and showed me. And within 7 days, I felt better. And that was the end of it. I never looked back. The way in which I do it is a little different because I'm not as calm and collect as him. I don't just plant seeds and walk away.
That's right.
Like try this. Let me make you this food, you know. So that's kind of what I do. So my purpose is to keep growing my vegan restaurants, whether it's food truck restaurants, meal services, whatever it may be, to help others to see, not only to help others feel better, but to also let them know, hey, you can have some vegan food and it does not have to be bland at all.
Your food is a bomb.
Overall purpose.
Yeah, your food is a bomb. And what I appreciate about your cuisine is that you don't lose your Ethiopian heritage. You incorporate in everything, you know, the spices, and you just add literally a special flavor to it. You make vegan food not even seem vegan, if that.
I know exactly what being vegan is bland in people's minds.
Exactly.
Because of 1 or 2 experiences we've had. And I always tell people like 2 things. One, when we think of like someone says, I don't like chicken.
Yeah.
Well, that's not, well, it could be because they don't like chicken. I understand there's that cartilage and stuff. I remember I never liked that. But if I boiled chicken and gave it to you, you wouldn't like it.
No.
Or if I gave you raw chicken, you wouldn't like it. Matter of fact, you'd get sick. But if somebody made chicken the way in which you like, it's most likely seasoned with herbs and spices. Hence, vegan stuff, you know?
Yes.
So for me, it's changing people's mind state. And like we were making chili with a group of people that are not vegan. And I asked them, when you think of chili, what comes to mind? What comes to mind to you, Angie?
Ground
chili.
Ground
beef, right? But what's chili?
beans.
Exactly, chili. Huh?
Beans to me, beans and sauce.
Right, but what's chili? Chili.
Oh, pepper.
Like, what is pepper? See how it takes?
No.
It's not chili without the peppers, you know. So don't think beef and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So no, you don't need the beef. You can put the beans in there and things like that, and all you need is your chili powder and chili, you know.
What about tofu?
Huh?
Can tofu be a substitute?
Yeah, you know, I don't do soy, but yeah, people put tofu in it, but you know, I do mushroom instead of beef.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
It's the way we think. We think chili, we automatically go to meat. But really, chili are chili peppers. And without chili peppers, without a vegan item, a vegetable, you wouldn't have chili.
You still have chili in your refrigerator?
No, this was in.
I'm like, I'm so hungry right now.
Girl, you don't have no leftovers in this house, nephew.
Yeah, it's not about him today. Now, when you were eating meat, what was your favorite meat?
Oh, raw meat.
Oh, like
tartar and kitfo, Ethiopian dish. Yeah, I used to eat. Can you say cholesterol all in one dish, like raw beef smothered literally in butter?
I know.
Yeah.
I ordered that last month. I know.
Oh no.
I'm a sinner.
You fake vegan.
I am a fake vegan. Every time I eat meat, it's like I think of you. I know.
I'm glad you do. And one day.
But at least I feel guilty.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so I guess
I'm like a proud, guilty, fake vegan. Like I know that I know I would be totally denying myself, or I'm not ready. And then sometimes like, when are you ever ready? But I feel I have a balance, and I was raised, you know, my mom was like a vegetarian for a while, or she always cooked healthy and sustainable, you know, everything before it became a trend. So I know about good food, but yeah, I definitely know about the keep though.
Yep. Or raw beef. Sometimes huge pieces like this, literally a slab of meat, and you cut it and dip it in awaze, the hot sauce, and eat it. That's, you know, because you know why I like that stuff too?
Yeah, why?
Because I don't like onions. I hated onions, and you know, the base of every Ethiopian dish
It's onions.
So that was an easy way for me to avoid onions, I guess. And then started eating it, it became kind of like, oh yeah, Galila's real Ethiopian, you know, as though that defined us. But in reality, 200 some days out the year, Ethiopians are Orthodox. So we fast, meaning we become vegan, like no dairy, no fish, no meat.
Wow.
So really a real Ethiopian is vegan. But when you say that, they don't, you know, Ethiopians don't connect that because they think eating meat is
the thing. Exactly. What time is it? Okay. So your favorite vacation spot?
Anywhere and on an island, crystal clear blue water. You know, like love Jamaica. We used to go to St. Croix a lot. I love St. Croix. The DR is beautiful.
Never been.
But just anywhere in the Caribbean.
Beach, water, sun. Okay. Now, do you have a favorite destination? Like a favorite country, favorite place that you've been?
2 places that I really, really loved. Cancun, like Tulum. That's beautiful. And St. Croix. We've gone to St. Croix so much. Or we haven't been in a while, but that's where we used to go often.
Okay. And what is your guilty pleasure?
It hasn't been in a while and I haven't liked it as much, but potato chips were my complete guilty pleasure. Like I loved potato chips. And once I opened a bag, there was no stopping. But I'm proud to say that, you know, my taste buds are changing and I'm starting to feel just not as good when I eat a lot of potato chips, and I haven't had it in a while. So yeah, that was my guilty pleasure, I guess. How about you? Sorry, I'm like asking questions. I apologize for asking on.
Please.
Even though you're interviewing, I'm like, I want to know what you're getting.
Yeah. Oh, well, what they don't know is this interview got shifted up to an earlier time. So we're both like really tired doing our thing. So it's nothing bad about a yawn. Your yawn is well deserved. So I'm not formal or anything, you know, with my stuff. I'm totally.
I know you want it to come across in a different way. I know you know, but I just wanted to let.
Did y'all feel any way about that yawn? No. My guilty pleasure, I would think, is like the Housewives, Real Housewives. I don't watch a lot of TV. When I watch TV, I watch a lot of food shows. I can watch that pretty much all day, or that is my go-to. But my guilty pleasure would be the Housewives, and I don't discriminate. The Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Potomac, that just drama, because that's what it is drama. And speaking of, how'd you get your debuts? How'd you get on the Housewives? You have been on the Housewives several times, yeah?
Yeah. So I know Portia because we had a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And we had, you know, we met each other. I was close to her sister because she was a mom, kind of brand new mom at that time.
Yeah.
And we connected on motherhood. And when Portia decided to go vegan for 6 months.
That's right, because Portia likes to eat more than me.
I know. She kind of did it, like, at least, you know, around me. She was making me feel like I was such a vegan police. And I was.
You are. It's okay.
So she, you know, she asked if I would do a scene with her and Kim, do a cooking scene. And I did that, and I hosted a dinner for them. And then outside of that, I've not really been on the Housewives as a featured guest. It was more so when Portia had events, I made cameos here and there, but the only time I was really on an episode was when I cooked with them and the dinner.
And you turned Kim Zolciak. She was a tomatoes, mushrooms.
Yeah, she and her husband hated tomatoes, and they were talking about trying tomatoes. Yeah, so I didn't know this, but I happened to make her bruschetta.
Yeah.
And she really, really loved it, asked for the recipe and made it several times after that. And her husband ate it too. And they were really happy that you know, their goal, I think, was to try new things, and they were going to try to eat tomatoes, you know, and together. That's the one thing they both didn't like. And
it's an accomplishment.
Uh-huh.
That's an accomplishment, you know, to turn someone from what they thought they hated to loving it and actually recreating it more than one time and giving it to their husband. That's a beautiful thing. Yeah, you can do that.
I love to put things into perspective.
You do that. You do that for a lot of people. Okay, we have 5 more minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up. And we will do, like most of my interviews, she'll be back for a second one. This is probably my shortest one. We had technical difficulties. Not that you need to know about everything, but just know when things come up, or sometimes you finally get together, things happen. But we're here. I'm so excited. And also want to give you a chance, like in the future, you want more products? Like what are your career goals?
Yes. I want definitely, okay, so there are things that I have one ebook, well, 2 ebooks, a holiday one and Ethiopian. I know. Thank you. I have already written over 2 years ago my comfort food and my breakfast recipes. Although I didn't like how the pictures came out, so that's been on hold for over 2 years now.
Okay.
But eventually I want those released, and then I want to combine them all and have a printed, you know, cookbook.
Yeah.
Then I would love products, my seasonings, seasonings and things like that. I also want to do a prepared meal. Or, you know, like sometimes completely prepared or halfway, because some people like to cook and they don't have the time to. So just trying to figure out that good balance. And once I figure out how to do it and not and keep it as fresh as possible, because I don't want to add any additives to it to, you know, keep it fresh. I want it to be completely fresh. So like shelf life is a big thing when you do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the goal. And then I definitely want a restaurant here, one in Portland and one in DC to start with, and then allow it to grow.
Wow. So just to wrap it up, tell people how they can find you, where they can find you, and
so I'm on Instagram. It's at Vegan Chef Gully, VeganChefGully, or same thing, veganchefgully.com is my website. I have a few recipes on there, and it leads you to my YouTube page as well. And for the food truck, it's Vegetopia Cart, VEGETOPIA Cart, CART.com, and on Instagram at Vegetopia Cart.
Oh, perfection. I just thank you so much for taking the time. Seriously, it's been a long time coming, and I really appreciate it. I have a lot of great people, phenomenal people in my life. So far, it's been the phenomenal women that I've interviewed, and you are definitely one of them. And that's one thing that sometimes you don't realize how many great people are in your life. And I know that is a platform that God has put me on, to where I didn't recognize until I just started to look and think about it. So although these interviews are very informal, impromptu, sometimes, you know, whatever, I just wanted people to get a chance to know certain amazing people in my life in a different light, in a different aspect. And so this was fun. I hope it was fun to you.
I'm sorry it took forever. I need to do better with time management. And even this morning, I was sitting down and I saw the original time and put it up, and my phone went ding. And I was like, oh, I'm not canceling today. I'm going to see if we can do it earlier. If I cancel, and it's going to be another day and then another week. And something else.
It's okay.
So I'm got to do it today.
And luckily, we're both flexible and adaptable. And here we are. And things tried to come up and interrupt it, but it didn't happen. So we are signing off. We will be back for a second interview. Yes.
Yes. In a year.
With more laughter. With more laughter and more time. But thank you guys for tuning in and watching. And thank you again, Chef. I will talk to you and see you later. And everyone have a great day. Bye, y'all.